Right, morning boys and girls. I just want to show you what I've got left to fit onto the engine bay, and then we can get on with running up the engine. I've got the vacuum reservoir. This fills up from the servo, connected with two pipes that run underneath the wing, and so that's that. I've got the power steering pump that fits onto the end of the dynamo. That's another thing that I've got to put on, but I won't put it on till later, until that's installed in the car, I think. I've got the two horns. I've got the gearbox mounting, and I've got the windscreen washer mounting. Now then, this here, we've just been referring to what the extra outlet was on the servo, and Stuart Morgan kindly pointed out that this is a vacuum switch, and it senses that there's a vacuum in the system, and then that in turn sends an electrical signal to the dashboard and lights up apparently a lavender coloured, or I can't remember the colour he said now, light on the dashboard to tell you that the vacuum system's got pressure, and obviously it's got the necessary air in the system. This is a vacuum washer. I showed you it earlier on, didn't I? It's got I just can't get the camera to focus. It's got vacuum. You'll have to take it from me because it's got vacuum written, vacuum and control on the two top metal things. So I'm thinking one of those points on the cylinder head, one of those vacuum outlets, must power this. This plastic one here powers the jets. I don't know how it works underneath. This is how I found it. It wasn't connected up, so there is two outlets there. If you look, you can see there's two outlets on there, so I don't know what they're for either. That'll be another topic of conversation when we find out what they're there for. So yeah, so that's that. I'll just pause the video because I want to show you the other things in the car. Oh, I did actually get the other two 6-foot batten lights. You can see now it's lit the garage up quite well. I'll go on to that in another video. Right now, this is the other outlet that I was wanting to show you, boys. This is the outlet that pumps the air into the reservoir tank, I believe. It comes round the back of and then it goes round the back of the bulkhead, along the inside of the wing, and down into that reservoir tank I showed you earlier. Or it could go directly to the vacuum. I'm not quite sure on that, and Stuart Morgan will update me on that, I'm quite sure. This was the little pipe I'm referring to. There's a little branch off there, and it's only quite a small outlet, so I don't know whether that goes to the washers, whether it's plugged up for that reason. That's how I got it, and I haven't touched it because I don't know what it's for. So that's what that one is for. Now I'll just show you the right. This is the pipe that I've just shown. This is the pipe on the bulkhead that goes to that outlet on the log. That's the big outlet on that cylinder head, and that in turn runs along that top metal tube there, the thickest metal tube. It runs along under the wing, under there, and that goes to the vacuum tank. It comes out of the vacuum tank, I believe, along the bottom of those two metal pipes, and it then feeds into this servo here to supply the servo. So it comes from the head along under the wing into the vacuum tank to this here. Now this outlet here was what I've just shown you. It powers that little servo switch, and I think that switch mounts down here somewhere. I just can't remember. It might mount there, in fact, those two little holes there, and I think that powers that. There's an electrical feed which is tucked under that wing at the moment, hanging down that side of that wing, and I think that connects. There's one of the wires connect to the brake pedal switches at the back. Thank you, Stuart. And the other one or two wires connect to this switch here, which in turn runs back into the dash. So I think we've sorted that. So yeah, that's where we are right now. Obviously I've got to fit the washer bottle, which goes down in this corner here, and the horns, etc, etc. So that's where we are so far. So yeah, This is the I've got to paint the, I've got to take this off. This is the drip tray for the petrol that drops down. It's got a little chamfer on the edge, and I have seen on some sites where they've made this into a stainless steel one, just for effect, but it was black originally, so I'll probably leave it black. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't run the engine up again yet since putting the gearbox on. I was just making sure that there was no oil leaking out or anything like that, and it all looks pretty good from here. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that at the moment. But you know my luck, if I didn't have any bad luck, I won't have any luck at all. So let's just wait and see what happens. But it's starting to take shape now. I've got to balance the carburetors up now, and Vince has offered me some assistance on that when I get round to doing that. You know, I've bought a flow meter and everything to check for that. I've replaced the fuel line here. That was just a bit of bodging hose on there originally. This is the E10 fuel proofed line on there. The lids are not fully built up yet. I did cut a slot in for the air vent, as you both know, and it's not flooded. It's been sat there 2 days now, and those carbs are dry. There's no fuel coming out. It's vented properly. I'm quite happy about that for the time being until I get a different solution. I may fit the overflow pipes, I may not, I just don't know. 60 quid it'll cost me to put an extra bigger banjo on there, direct the fuel down to the bottom, and then you put it onto some flexible tubing, which then you run to a catch can or whatever you want to do with it. But if it's running okay, I'll be leaving it as it is. So that's where we are for now. So thanks to all my new subscribers, thanks to everybody who's given me advice, and especially Vince, who's put up with a lot of personal messages and things like that. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you.